Hi, my name is Caroline Chang, host and producer of Awake to Oneness Radio. This will be an episode in my series, Truth is Truth. My guest is Leslie Manookian, who I had the honor of meeting in person in New York City a few months ago. I met Leslie, who is the founder of Health Freedom Defense Fund. And when I met her in person a few months ago, I gave her the biggest hug two times. I couldn't stop hugging her because it was her organization, Health Freedom Defense Fund, who made it, that got rid of the federal um, mandates for us to cover our face to travel. I'm being careful with my words because I want to at least put the intro to this show on YouTube. And I have to self-censor myself to put anything on YouTube because YouTube does not allow the truth. So, and my show is Truth is Truth. And so that's not allowed on YouTube. So, right now I'm recording an intro to the show. I actually recorded the show several weeks ago, and I'm recording this intro on November 13th after the election. So I recorded the show before the election, and I wanted to make sure I get this out um, as soon as possible. So, but also there's some good news I wanted to share with you um, in this intro. I wanted to share with you that a woman in Michigan just won a lawsuit against Blue Cross for wrongfully terminating her for not getting the uh, you guys know what I'm talking about. But she had been working for Blue Cross for over 30 years. And she put in a religious exemption and was still terminated. So she stood her ground. And this woman in Michigan won over $12 million for in her lawsuit. Now, the firm that represented her is also working on 200 similar lawsuits. So I was saying to people back then that if your job was on the line, your health is more important than your job. It really is. Your health is your wealth. So I was saying hold your ground because you're in the right. And when a person knows that they're in the right, the best thing to do is to hold their ground, like this lady did, and 200 other employees are doing with this particular law firm. And also recently in San Francisco, the San Francisco transit system um, must pay close to $8 million to 6 employees who were wrongfully fired for not getting the, okay, you guys know what I mean. Again, this is going to be on YouTube, so I have to uh, be careful with my words on YouTube. Then also a while back, city workers in New York City, Boston, and Chicago. Those are the three cities that I know of where the city workers were all reinstated for not getting the and some of them even got back pay, not all of them. And in Ohio, this is something new over the last week or so. In the state of, sorry, I always get Iowa, Idaho, Idaho, not Ohio. Sorry. I don't know why I get those two states mixed up. Idaho, like the potato. Idaho State Health Department is no longer giving those jabs. Okay. And this is the first state health department doing this. Hopefully, more states will follow. I also wanted to say, along the lines of health and health freedom, because the title of this show, which I should have told you at the beginning, the title of this show is True Health Freedom. The EPA just lost a lawsuit, and now they are ordered, the EPA is ordered to take fluoride out of tap water. Now, I personally have I stopped buying fluoride toothpaste in 2007. And I never drink tap water and I never buy purified water. I only buy, the only thing I drink is 100% natural spring water. That's the only water I drink. But I'm very glad that the EPA now must take fluoride out of the water so I don't have to bathe and shower in that either. So I wanted to open this show with Michelle with some good news because there is a lot of good news in the world. And if you're still watching mainstream news, which I don't recommend for anybody, you won't hear this good news. So, all right, so without further ado, hi, my name is Caroline Chang, and I'm host and producer of Awake to Oneness Radio. I recently started a new series called Truth is Truth. I mean, for me, and I've said anyone that has been following me for now close to 10 years, I've been doing this podcast. Anyone that has been following me knows that for me, and I say this all the time, truth is simple, it's not complicated, and we can all, if we use our own critical thinking skills, we can go find the truth because the truth really is not going to come to us through mainstream news. I learned that a long time ago. My guest today is Leslie Manookian. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, you got it, Carol.
Okay. Another thing my listeners know is I butcher names all the time. Now, I had the honor of meeting Leslie a little over a month ago in New York City. We were both speaking at a rally in Harlem because the CDC, for some crazy reason, feels they need to push these. I'm going to probably edit this for YouTube if it goes on YouTube because we know YouTube centers, but I have BitChute and Rumble. It's definitely going up on BitChute and Rumble. But the CDC is started this mad campaign. It's literally insane, trying to inject babies, infants as young as 6 months old. And so I had met Mary Holland, who is the director of Children's Health Defense, and she connected me with Curtis, and he invited me to be one of the speakers, and I was so honored. I'll have links to those talks because we did a panel discussion in August, and then we did the rally in September. So I'll have links to those videos below this one. So Leslie, please, I was so happy to meet you because you just, you're a queen, you're a star in my book because of what the work you're doing. Please, I'm going to shut up now. You introduce yourself to the audience and let them know of the wonderful work that you're doing.
Yeah, sure. So I am the founder and president of Health Freedom Defense Fund. That's what I do now. I founded Health Freedom Defense Fund about 5 years ago, actually a little over 4 years ago, because it was in the middle of 2020.
Okay.
And the whole purpose of me founding Health Freedom Defense Fund was to protect our health freedoms, but most importantly and most succinctly, to establish the societal norm that we and we alone get to decide what we put into and on our bodies. That's it. Exactly. And then I want to codify that in law. So that's the objective of Health Freedom Defense Fund. And we educate the public about their health freedoms and the law. We help them advocate. We provide resources that help them to advocate for themselves because we can't help everybody. It was one of the biggest problems in 2021 and 2 is,
Yeah.
we were being contacted by thousands, tens of thousands of people. And
Yes.
how do you handle that? It's just
Yeah.
not possible. And so what we do though is so we provide resources that they can help themselves with. And then if advocacy and education fails, we litigate.
Mm-hmm.
So we are the organization that stopped the federal mandate on airplanes, buses, and trains in 2022. Yeah.
I could do it because that's the only time I was saying to Leslie before we started recording, the only time and it was only, I don't travel much by train or other transportation. I did not fly at all in 2020, but I did. It was New Year's Day. I was on a plane from New York to California to speak at a rally, an rally in California, and a nonprofit organization was actually paying for me to go over there and speak at a rally. And that was New Year's Day 2021. And so I was like, I walked through the airport and none of the security said anything. There was a stewardess or a lady that came up to me and said, you got, I was like, and I wear my badge of freedom, which says for health reasons, I cannot. And my health reasons is I need to breathe oxygen to stay healthy. But nobody really asked me that. So I would have told them that. I was like, I am not putting this thing on. But to get on the plane, I had to put it on. And, it was, but so please share with us how you got that major win for humanity.
Let me give you a little bit more background before we
Sure.
dig in, if that's okay.
Of course.
So that's what I've been doing for the last 5 years. We've sued the Los Angeles Unified School District twice, the second largest school district in the country.
Mm-hmm.